And what's going on, guys? It's Straw Hat Brian. I'm back again to deliver my One Piece Chapter 885 review for you guys. It is out right now. If you haven't read it, suggest you do so now. Spoilers will be lurking in the video ahead. Without anything left to say, let's get right into this review. So, cover page story. We got to talk about the cover page. Cover page, we leave off again with EDO's story. Apparently, they've captured the two people who were fighting amongst each other in the last cover page story, and now they're going to rebuild a new ship out of the two ships, because apparently they basically destroyed each other. So what they're going to do is basically rebuild a new ship from the old parts. So that's really cool. I'm waiting to see how that's going to turn out. I'm pretty sure they must be going somewhere, must be meeting up with someone or something. I wonder what all the respective Straw Hat Grand Fleet members are going. I'm wondering where they are going. I'm wondering where will they eventually end up in the story. So can't wait for that. Let's get into the actual chapter though. Chapter 885 was great. 885, we continue with Luffy's fight with Katakuri. Katakuri is really giving Luffy struggle. Like, he's having Luffy struggle to get this V. He's having Luffy struggle to get this W. So Luffy's still in gear 4. He's attacking Katakuri, but he's like, man, like, he's back to being being on his A game. He's back to being cool, calm, and collected. And then Katakuri goes on to tell Luffy, like, you said it yourself. As long as I'm cool, calm, collected, I'm invincible, right? And Luffy's basically knows, like, I gotta do something. I gotta hit him with something hard. And Katakuri also goes on to tell Luffy, he reminds Luffy, he's like, yeah, and soon you'll wilt before then. Like, you'll lose all your fighting. You'll lose your will to fight by then. Basically, you'll tire yourself out by then. So Luffy's like, thank you for reminding me about my time limit. And I think it's surprising because I don't think anybody else has really caught on to this. Luffy's basically have been able to increase his endurance after using Gear 4. Because remember the first time he used Gear 4 against Doflamingo, he couldn't even move afterwards. He couldn't even move. He had to basically be protected for 10 minutes so he could gain back his haki to finish the job against Doflamingo. Against Cracker, he kind of had King Bombs and he had Nami's help. So those were other two oppositions and plot devices that basically helped him while he was basically gathering haki back up to use Gear 4, because the 4 makes him immobilized. Well, immobilized him, kind of like the beginning setbacks from Gear 3. When Gear 3, whenever Luffy would use it, everybody remembers he would turn to Mini Luffy for about, I think it was like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, about the same thing. So, yeah, so I noticed that he didn't need that. Like, he canceled Gear 4 and then he proceeded to think of, how do I get out of the mirror world, or how do I stall Katakuri for 10 minutes so that I can do what I gotta do. So that was cool. Luffy goes, he's running. He finds Brule, who just happens to just be sitting there still. Like, I'm surprised that, and I find it that she can't really do anything. Like, her abilities, like, are just really to transport things through the mirror. Other than that, her fighting capabilities itself, very low. She's very low on the tier of being a soldier, being a worthy opponent to actually even fight. So she's just sitting there. Luffy grabs hold of her. They enter a mirror, and Katakuri is like, man, I gotta stop him. So where Luffy and Brule end up at, which I think is pretty cool, is they end up on Nuts Island, where Big Mom is currently rampaging and destroying everything, and she just basically has this big peanut building, like, in her hand, and she's about to drop it like a spirit bomb on these mofos. And Perospero and the Snake Neck sister Amande, they both recognize Straw Hat is here on the battlefield, and they're trying to save Brule. So they're trying to save their sibling now, and Luffy's like, nah, bro, I gotta get out of here. So he's running away. He has Brule because he has to keep hold of Brule, because she is his escape option if he runs across a mirror. So, and Big Mom she doesn't even notice anything. She's still just in her enraged candy induced disorder, where she's just rampaging, candy induced rampage. So sweet induced rampage, I guess you would say. So I think that's amazing. Like I think that now the stakes are high. You know, it's just basically Luffy's in a predicament where he knows he has to meet up with his crew members, but how he's going to meet up with his crew members? Well, right now, he's currently on the same island that Big Mom is on, and he's by himself with no one else but him. So, very much wondering how he's going to get out of that situation. Pretty sure it's going to be involved with Brule. Pretty sure Katakuri is going to somehow make a reappearance back into the story, because we still got to get a ending to this fight between Luffy and Katakuri. Then the scene transitions from there. The scene transitions back over to the Straw Hats. They're proceeding to make it to Cocoa Island. Cocoa Island. They're, if I'm not mistaken, they're a couple hours away now. Also, the Big Mom. Also, they noticed that the Big Mom Pirates intel network isn't really working. That they're wondering how come nobody's really following them. How come they haven't been chased? How come they haven't really seen any enemies yet? And Jinbei, small panel with Jinbei, he's thinking to himself, like, I wonder what happened with the Fishmen Pirates. And, Mount Dior, he's trying to rally the other Big Mom Pirates together. That's the next scene that's also included in the page. He's trying to rally the Big Mom Pirates together. He's also trying to basically let them know what their goal is, and give them insight to who's the enemy, what do they have to do, what does this mean if Big Mom name is basically besmirched during this time. Like, what could it mean for everybody? And also in that same scene is included with Pudding and Sanji, and Pudding's all worried about Dogtooth beating Luffy, and basically Luffy being outmatched, and Sanji basically goes to tell Pudding, like, you have nothing to worry about. And Sanji says, like, it's showtime. We gotta do what we gotta do. Let's go meet these guys on the sea. He's finally made his whipped cream that's gonna KO Big Mom, so he's like, let's go do what we gotta do. So after that, we are finally now, that's the end of the chapter. We are finally now, next chapter, going to, see the climax of this battle. Because if Sanji's heading out to sea, he's going to go meet the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats plan on finishing all this out in the middle of the ocean to defeat Big Mom. I'm wondering how this is going to happen. This is going to take place on Nut Island. It's going to take place out in the ocean. It's going to take place where Big Mom's pirates capture Luffy, and then they exchange the cake for Luffy kind of deal. But then still plan on killing the pirates. Well, killing the Straw Hats. That's a theory. That's a small theory for that. This is Straw Hat Brian. That is my review of One Piece chapter 885. Sorry, it's pretty short, but it was a pretty short chapter. Wasn't really much for us to work with. Wasn't really much for us to talk about. But we know the Vince Smokes are coming back. We know that the Fisherman Pirates are doing their thing. We know that Sanji has now finished completing this cake. So now all that's really left is for everybody to meet up and for this to finally come to a close. I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is Straw Hat Brian signing out. You guys have a wonderful day.